we have a friend from Ireland too, and we call her Sham. That was her camp name, was Sham. Shamrock. And why can't I get this to work? Come on. And you could understand her until I met her and her boyfriend together. And then when they talk to each other, it's like a mix of Gaelic in with their English, and I didn't understand. I'm like, I know they're speaking English, but I have no idea what they're saying. All right, so let's talk about reaction types, which we've talked about this before, but I'm going to try to make a little more sense.
Thank you, Wade.
All right, so you have synthesis, and this is where you make something.
Ooh, we love that.
Frick.
Hey, I am recording, Skylar.
I said frick.
I don't care, it's so bad.
Yeah,
Plus B goes to AB. Okay, so you have hydrogen plus oxygen, and it makes water. That's synthesis, and there it is about. The opposite of synthesis is decomposition. And this is where you break it down. So AB goes to A plus B. So water goes the other way. So these are our easy ones. Let's talk about the other two. You have single replacement or displacement, either word works, and double. All right. So Scott has a really nice looking girlfriend, and Mike is jealous. Okay? So Scott has this nice little girl that he dates. Too bad. She's kind of looking, though, at Mike. You know how that happens. Okay? So here's Scott and his girlfriend, and here's Mike. And she has a wandering eye. So she decides to date Mike. And poor Scott is left in the bathroom crying. Okay? That's single replacement. The single person replaces one person in the couple and bumps them out. It's like a junior high dance.
Wait, so does it really matter? So could you do AC?
Okay, it depends if this is a positive or a negative. If this is a negative, then it has to go AC. Boys, shh. If this is a positive, then it goes with B.
Okay.
So it depends if it's a positive or a negative. And then the most complicated is double displacement. And I swear I see this all the time in high school. Okay? Now, Scott's dating this nice girl, and Mike's dating this nice girl. And you know, the girls the four of them go to a movie together, and the girls talk, and they're like, hey, I really like Scott. And Scott's girl's like, oh, well, I really like Mike. And so they just do a switcheroo.
Again?
I actually used this example the other day for somebody, and they go, oh, yeah, that really happened.
That actually happened.
And I'm like,
they're swingers.
hey, no. They just date the other person.
Well, or
Okay?
we're all of that. What do you want to do?
And
So-
then nowadays they get dropped for that.
Still.
Gentlemen,
Yeah,
it's a double displacement. They just switched who they're dating. Okay, that's what these guys did. So, for example, KOH plus HCl. Okay, here's A. This whole thing is B. Here's C. And here's D. So now they're going to switch. D is going to go here, and B is going to go here. So KCl plus HOH, which is H2O. HOH. H2O. Okay? Then you have to balance charges, just like we did before. So let's look at the worksheet you have.
Wait, this is way too confusing.
All right. The first one is silicone iodide plus Mg, and it tells you it's a single displacement. So I'm going to write it over here. Yeah, same thing. All right. So, first thing you have to do is here's A, here's B, here's C. Magnesium, if you look it up, is a +2. And you might want your cards for this. Silicone is a iodine is a -1, and silicone is a +4. I know this. Once I figure out iodine is a -1, that's the only thing it can be. How many of them do I have? I have 4 of them, right? So if I have 4 -1s, what does silicone have to be to balance that out? +4, right? If this is -4, because I have 4 -1s, then silicone has to be a +4. I looked this up on the periodic table. Now, single displacement. So this positive has to kick out this positive. So you have MgI. Mg is a +2. And I is a -1. So how many I's do I need? Who said 2? Someone said 2. So MgI2 plus Si. And then you need to balance it. If I put a 2 here, I have 2 Mg's, 4 I's. Here's 4 I's. Need a 2 here.
Wait, this is confusing.
Okay, where did you get lost?
At start.
Let's
3 days ago.
erase it.
Once you started talking about 4 eyes.
Once you started talking, I got lost. Okay, let me move this over here just a little bit. Do I have a pencil? Yes. Where are all my pre-sharpened pencils?
That's sharper right
I literally got lost once you started talking about.
All right, let's look at it one more time. Let's try it again.
Yeah.
So, I4 plus Mg. Let's just move it. Well, you have to do this first. So, Si is A, this is B, and this is C. So the first thing you have to do is identify A, B, C, and D. Okay? The second thing you have to do is determine charges. So, I'm going to look on the periodic table And Mg is in the second column. So Mg is in the second column here. Remember, all of these are +2s in the second column. So I know that Mg carries a charge of +2 when it makes a compound. Iodide is here in the second to last column under -1, and it's written up here at the top, -1. So I know that iodide is a -1. Okay? I got to figure out what silicone is. How many -1s do I have? 4 of them. So what must silicone be? A +4. Because that has to balance out. Okay? So now we said it's single displacement. So let's switch them. This positive, I don't like that too. This positive, I'm going to separate the two of you because this is not working. Goes with this positive. Okay, you're going to balance it out. So you're going to have Si I4 plus Mg makes Mgi. Okay, gentlemen, these bump together, these bump out. So if Mg is a +2 and I is a -1, how many I's do I need? 2. And then what am I left over with? Si. Because
I was
this,
looking at the bottom.
that's okay, this bumped this out. Okay? Gentlemen, separate yourselves. Or stop talking. Those are your two choices. Now you have to balance it. So here you have 1 Si, 4 iodines, 1 Mg. Here you have 1 Si, 2 iodines, 1 Mg. Right? I have to get my I's. So if I put a 2 here, now I have 4 I's and 2 Mg's. So what do I have to do to my Mg's here? Put a 2. And this is my final answer. My suggestion is to do this on scratch paper because you obviously need a lot of area.
So much. We're doing math.
And then just put this on. Let's do the second one. A little bit easier.
Jesus, Skylar, stop off.
Hey! Do right equation.
I don't have it on here though.
Oh. Balance.
There we go.
Okay, let's look at number 2. So they tell us that you have 2 ALs
Yeah.
plus 3 I2s, and it's a synthesis. So if it's a synthesis, what's the I and the AL going to do? ALI. Okay? This, if you look on the periodic table, is a -1. And if you look up aluminum, it's a +3. So, how many I's do I need? Okay. That's what I need. This is telling me I have 2 aluminums and 6 iodines. Because 3 times 2 is 6. What do I need to put here to get 2 aluminums and 3 iodines? A 2. There you go. That's it.
Oh.
The synthesis and the decompositions are easier than the single and double displacement. Let's do the last one, or the third one, and then I'm going to let you go. Okay? So this one's double. This one's going to be a little more work. CuCl2 plus KOH. First thing you have to do is the ID A, B, and C. So Cu is A, Cl is B, K is C, and OH is D. Okay, let's come up with the charges. If you look up chlorine on your periodic table, you're going to see it's in this column right here. I'm backwards. This column over here under the -1. So chlorine is a -1, and we have 2 of them. What must copper be? Positive what? 2. Right. Okay, if you look up potassium, it is here in this first column under +1. So what must OH be? A -1. So now we got charges. Now we have to write the equation. You have to switch them. This negative and this negative are going to switch with each other because it's a double. So now I'm going to have CuOH. This is a -1 and Cu is a +2. So how many OHs do I need? 2. And you got to put in parentheses. You don't want to tell me 2 oxygen or hydrogen. Plus KCl. K is a +1 and Cl is a -1. So this is good. And now you have to balance it.
We have to do 2C, KC.
Do I have to what?
Do 2KCl.
Oh, you're balancing it for me?
What is it?
So, so you have 1 copper, 2 chlorines, 1 potassium, 1 oxygen, 1 hydrogen. Here you have 1 copper, 1 chlorine, 1 potassium, 2 oxygens, and 2 hydrogens, because this 2 goes to both. So let's put a 2 here. Now I have 2 potassiums, 2 oxygens, 2 hydrogens. Okay, let's put a 2 here. Now I have 2 chlorines, 2 potassiums. And everything's balanced. So there you go. If this is all you put on your actual answer sheet, that's fine. If you do the work someplace else. Okay? I want you guys to do for today 1 through 12. So we've done 1, 2, and 3. You have 4 through 12 to do. And tomorrow we'll talk about using the words and writing them. So for today, all you need to do is 4 through 12. Okay? And I'm here to help.
Can I finish up with my pencil?